Else if you want you can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 1 minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 4 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 16 minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 64 plus infinity. So net force on Q at origin is equal to Q square by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 minus 1 by 4, this is taken common, plus 1 by 16, what is that one? Minus 1 by 64 plus infinity. Q square by 4 pi epsilon naught, this can be written as infinite geometric progression summation a by 1 minus r 1 by 1 minus of a by 1 minus r. A is 1 minus r. What is r value? A by 1 minus r. Common ratio is minus 1 by 4 by 1 minus 1 by 4, 1 by 16 by minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 means minus 1 by 4. So this can be written as net force is equal to q square by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by 1 plus 1 by 4. So this is equal to q square by 4 pi epsilon naught 4 by 4 plus 1 5 9 into 10 power 9 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught value is 9 into 10 power 9 q square into 4 by 5 36 by 5 q square into 10 power 9 Newton. This is the net force acting on that particular charge. That is the net force. Next case is, this is a different case. Two balls of slightly different mass, M1 and M2. These are the charged balls of masses suspended with the help of strings from same point. Discuss the equilibrium. So this is the case. This is one rigid support we have taken. This is what? One rigid support. From this rigid support, two strings are taken like this. One more string. Now here we have attached two charged balls. This is one charged sphere. This is another charged sphere. Two charged spheres. But the case is they have same charge. Same charge means what? Either positive or negative. If both are having, let it be positive charges and their masses are M1 and M2. Moreover, they are separated in air medium, kept very nearer to each other. Then between these two, which force exists? Repulsion. Due to repulsion, what happens is, on this rigid support, the two charges are inclined like this and stayed in the equilibrium. Both remained in the equilibrium. Why? Both will be repelled away. Why they get repelled away? Because they have which charge? Positive charge. How much mass they have got? M1 and M2. And what is the charge on them? Q1 and Q2. Let us take the charge on them is Q1 and Q2. Once again, both the charges on both the spheres is same nature. They have same nature. Nature means what? Positive or negative. They are suspended very nearer. But once we remove our hand, between them what exists? Repulsion. Due to repulsion, they will be pulled away. Once they pulled away, they went to some separation and they remained in the equilibrium. They remained in the equilibrium. They don't move close together. Why they don't move close together? Because of repulsion. Why they can't move away from each other? At this particular point, they remain in the equilibrium because of tension force. They don't come closer, they don't go further away. They remain in the equilibrium. We have to discuss about that equilibrium. How to analyze that equilibrium? Between them, what force is there? Repulsive force. Why repulsive force? Because they have charge and it also got the same charge. So what is the charge on this? Q1 and Q2. This distance of separation, let us consider R. What is the distance of separation? R. Then what is the force between these two? Force between these two charges is K Q1 Q2 by R square. K Q1 Q2 by R square. R is the square of the distance. Square of the distance. R square. So this force on this acts away. Force on this acts away. Two forces are acting outward in the away direction. Two forces are acting in the outward direction. K Q1 Q2 by R square. Both are acting in what direction? Away from each other. Then you draw one perpendicular line. This angle theta 1. This angle is theta 2. Let us consider. This is bisecting line. This is a string and it has mass. Mass is m1. So its weight will be m1g. What is its weight? m2g. Here you take tension T1. This tension is how much? T2. And you draw one perpendicular line here and here. This is one perpendicular line. What is angle? Theta 1. This angle is how much? Theta 2. This is the situation or number of forces acting on these balls when they are in the equilibrium. When they are in the equilibrium, how many forces are acting on one ball? You can see repulsive force, weight and tension. You can resolve the tension into components. T1 cos theta 1. This is T1 sin theta 1. T1 cos theta 1, T1 sin theta 1. T1 sin theta 1 acts right side. And repulsive force, let us take this is Coulombic repulsive force, acts in this direction. T1 sin theta 1 is equal to Coulombic repulsion. T1 cos theta 1 is equal to m1g. On first ball, this is first ball, remember. So divide these two. Sin theta 1 by cos theta 1 is equal to Fc by mg, m1g. T1 got cancelled. Tan theta 1 is equal to Fc by m1g. Tan theta 1 is equal to Fc by m1g. Now coming to this one here. T2 cos theta 2. T2 sin theta 2. T2 sin theta 2 is equal to T2 sin theta 2 is equal to Coulombic force. T2 cos theta 2 is equal to m2g. Both got divided. Tan theta 2 is equal to Fc by m2g. Fc by m2g. This is first equation and it is second equation. T2 cos theta 2 equal to mg, T2 sin theta 2 is equal to Fc because they are in the equilibrium. Equilibrium means what? All forces left, right, all forces up and down are equal. So tan theta 1 by tan theta 2, this one by this one is equal to Fc by m1g by Fc by m2g. G got cancelled. So tan theta 1 by tan theta 2 is equal to m2 goes to numerator by m1. This is the equilibrium situation. In this equilibrium situation, tan theta 1 by tan theta 2 is equal to m2 by m1. Let us consider some special cases. If m1 is equal to m2, if masses are equal, m1 is equal to m2, then what happens? Theta 1 is equal to theta 2. If m1 greater than m2, then what happens? m1 is greater than m2. m1 greater than m2 means m1 is more. If m1 is more, denominator is more, means what? This value decreases. m1 is greater than m2. This ratio becomes less than 1. That is equal to, what we can say is tan theta 1 by, this will be deflecting by less amount and this will be deflecting by more amount. As an example, it will be 30 degree and this will be 45 degree, like that. Next case is, if m2 is greater than m1, m2 is greater than m1, m2 greater than m1. In this case, this becomes tan theta 1 by tan theta 2 becomes greater than 1, theta 1 greater than theta 2. That is the case. So like that, we can discuss the equilibrium situation. Two identical charged balls separated by strings of same length. They made 30 degree with each other, same length. Now the question is, they made 30 degree. Instead of 30 degree, let us take an angle. They suspended in air. They suspended in air medium. Then both are suspended in air. After that, when they suspended in a liquid medium, of density rho, then density rho, find the dielectric constant of liquid, that is K. Then density of material of sphere is equal to sigma. That is the density of material of the sphere. See, first, identical charged balls separated by strings of same length. They suspended in air. Identical means masses also equal. First, initially they suspended in air. Two identical charged balls. So both the balls have same charge. As they have same charge, once they are suspended in air medium, as the charge is same, they get repelled out. So they get repelled out means like this, they get separated like this, in this manner. This is the air medium. They are separated in air medium. This mass is m1, this mass is m2. This is charge is Q1 and this charge is Q2. Two identical charged balls means charges are same. And of course you can consider masses are same or masses may be different. Like that also you can consider. Let us consider masses are same like this. Then both are suspended in air. Both have same charge. If both have same charge, what happens? They will be repelled away. So as they repelled away and remained in the equilibrium, and they made an angle, masses are same. That's why theta will be same. Earlier we have derived that condition. According to that, if masses are equal, m1 is equal to m2, then theta is also equal. m1 is equal to m2, masses are equal, theta is also equal. Then these are identical charges. Due to that, what happens? This will be repelled outward and this will also be repelled outward. Let us take this one. On this, Coulombic repulsive force act, because this will be pushed away by this particular charge, Coulombic force, and this is the tension, and it is an angle theta. This theta, this is also theta, same angle. This becomes how much? T cos theta, and this is the T sin theta, and this is what? Weight mg. So due to charge, Coulombic force acts outward. Due to tension, T cos theta, T sin theta, mg. Theta, theta, same thetas. So take only one sphere. Don't take two spheres. One sphere is enough. So to analyze the equilibrium condition in air medium, what is going to happen? Let us see. This is the charges are separated in air medium. So Coulombic repulsion in air medium you can write as F0. So what you can do here is T sin theta is equal to F0. T cos theta is equal to mg. Divide these two. You will get tan theta is equal to F0 by mg. T sin theta by T cos theta. Nothing but tan theta. Tan theta is equal to F0 by mg. Sin by cos. Tan theta is equal to, you will get F0 by mg. This is equation number 1. F0 by mg. Then in this case, what happens is, this is the sphere like this. Both are separated in which medium? Liquid medium. They are separated in the liquid medium like this. Between them, liquid is there. Both the spheres are dipped in a liquid. Of course, here also angle made is same. Angle made, let it be same. This is theta and it is also theta. If you draw one perpendicular line, this is also theta. This is charge Q, it is also Q. Mass is same, M, and this is M. Same mass, you can consider. So what is going to happen here? Charges are kept in a liquid medium. So medium is changed. Charges are same, so they get repelled out, but the force changes. That force you consider as F. Earlier force in air medium is F0, Coulombic force is F0. In liquid medium, Coulombic force is F. In liquid medium, what is Coulombic force? F. So this is the tension T. You can write this is T cos theta, and this is T sin theta, and it is what? mg. So how to frame the equation now? With this mg, is the equation correct? mg, not the mg is correct. mg, whatever the term we wrote here, mg is not at all correct. Why? This mass is kept in a liquid medium, and the liquid density is given as rho. Means there exists buoyancy. Buoyancy is going to act on the sphere. That means mg acts downward. Buoyancy force V rho g acts in what direction? Upward. From first year physics, V rho g. So what is the net force? Mg downward and V rho g upward. means mg minus v rho g. You can write mg minus v rho g. mg minus v rho g is the net force acting. So how to frame the equation now? T sin theta is equal to F and T cos theta is equal to mg minus v rho g. T cos theta is equal to mg minus v rho g. So tan theta is equal to F by mg minus v rho g. mg minus v rho g. This is the second equation. mg minus v rho g. See, here and here one common case is the angle subtended theta and theta in the air medium, and here also angle subtended in the liquid medium is same. We have assumed same. As they are same, theta has come same. That's why in the first equation and the second equation, left hand sides are equal. So you can equate right hand sides. Means 1 is equal to 2. So you can frame F naught by mg is equal to F by mg minus v rho g. mg minus v rho g. Earlier I told you, you can write force between the two charges in any medium is equal to force between those two same charges in air medium by dielectric constant K. F is equal to F naught by K. So F naught by mg is equal to F naught by K into mg minus v rho g. F naught got cancelled. So what we can write is, you bring this one, K of mg minus v rho g is equal to mg. We did cross multiplication. So if we did cross multiplication, K, G got cancelled anyway, or let us take mg minus. This term belongs to liquid. That is a buoyancy applied by the liquid. So how much volume of liquid got displaced? V means volume of liquid got displaced. Volume of liquid got displaced is equal to volume of liquid displaced is equal to volume of the sphere. See, your sphere is completely dipped in the liquid. That's why volume of liquid displaced is equal to volume of the sphere. Volume of the sphere is equal to mass of the sphere by density of the sphere. This is density of the sphere. This is density of liquid into G is equal to mg. So mg in all direction, both the direction cancelled out. 1 minus density of liquid by density of sphere is equal to 1, because this mg got cancelled after taking the common. Then finally the dielectric constant K comes as dielectric constant K equal to K into density of sphere minus density of liquid by density of sphere is equal to 1. Density of sphere. Then K equal to density of sphere by density of sphere minus density of liquid. This is the K value. Next case is two charges Q and Q are separated by a distance d. Between them, a third charge Q is kept at midpoint. At midpoint. If it is slightly displaced by x distance, then show that it is in SHM and find time period of oscillation. So we have to find the time period of oscillation. So what is the problem given to you? Two charges Q and Q are separated by a distance d between them. A third charge Q is kept at the midpoint. A third charge Q is kept at the midpoint. If it is slightly displaced by a distance x, slightly displaced by x distance, then show that it is in, it means small charge Q is in SHM and find the time period of oscillation. You have to find the time period. See what happens. This is the charge plus Q. It is also plus Q. How many charges given according to the problem? Two charges. What is the distance of separation? D is the distance of separation. Then exactly at the midpoint, between these two at the midpoint. This is the midpoint. That means d by 2 and d by 2 at midpoint. Another charge Q is kept. A third charge Q is kept. It is slightly displaced by x distance. It is from here, the third charge Q is slightly displaced by a distance x. Like this. From P to Q, third charge is displaced. P2, let us take, this is the A and B in this direction. The third charge is slightly displaced from A to B. Then show that this charge is in what? Simple harmonic motion, and we have to find its time period of oscillation. Then how to find time period of oscillation? See, whenever it is slightly displaced, here at this point what happens? So between these two distance is d by 2. From here to here, distance is d by 2. Now when it comes to here, then the distance will be, this is x. Total distance is d by 2 from x. Means what is this distance? D by 2 minus x. From here to here, what is the distance? This is d by 2 and this is x. D by 2 plus x. This distance is d by 2 plus x. When charge is at B, charge is at B, then the distance between, this is the distance, or distances are d by 2 plus x, comma d by 2 minus x from each q charge. From each charge q. What happened? At when it is at B, distances d by 2 plus x, d by 2 minus x from each q charge. This one. So what happens? This distance will be d by 2 minus x. So at this point, when charge is at B, at point B, charge is at B, between these two forces, let us take F1. What force exists between these two? Repulsion, positive and positive. Means this will be, whenever it is displaced, this will be repelled out. what? That is F1. This will be repelled outward with what force? F1. So F1 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, or simply you can write K. Q into Q, capital Q into small q, by d by 2 minus x whole square. Q into Q by d by 2 minus x whole square. This is F1, force F1 is acting in this direction because the distance between them is d by 2 minus x, and this is plus q and this is also plus q. Force on this will be this side. So force F1 is equal to, between these two charges, Q by d by 2 minus x whole square. Q by d by 2 minus x whole square. This force is a repulsive force. And between these two also repulsive force exists. Between this one and this one, that repulsive force is F2. Means due to this one, this will feel repulsive force F2 in this direction. So that F2 is equal to Q by d by 2 plus x whole square. This distance is d by 2 plus x whole square. So on this charge, two forces are acting. On this charge Q, two forces are acting. One is F1, another one is F2. See, net force acting on this Q will be either F1 minus F2 or F2 minus F1. But here you see d by 2 minus x. This distance is less and this distance is more. If the distance is less, force will be more because numerators are same. So this value less, denominator is less, so F1 is more. So resultant force Fr is equal to F1 minus F2. Resultant force Fr is equal to F1 minus F2. So resultant force Fr is equal to F1 Q by d by 2 minus x whole square minus Q by d by 2 plus x whole square, d by 2 plus x whole square. So Fr is equal to Q by d by 2 plus x whole square minus d by 2 minus x whole square by d square by 4 minus x square whole square. So resultant force Fr is equal to Fr Q by Q into a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, 4ab, means 4 into d by 2 into x by this displacement x is, I have forgotten to give one condition, it is slightly displaced. Slightly displaced means x is very much less than d. X is negligible. X is very much less than d. Slightly displaced. Slightly displaced. Slightly displaced means x is very much less than d. So x can be neglected in the denominator. So this becomes, this only d square by 4, x is ruled out. This becomes d power 4 by 4 square. 4 square means 16. This 4 square goes to numerator. So Fr is equal to K 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by d power 4. This 2 into 16, 32 dx. Now d cancelled out. This is d into x. Both are separated. 1d got cancelled. So 4 into 8, 32. So Fr resultant force equal to 8 Q by pi epsilon naught d by d power 4 d cube into x. This is the resultant force 8 Q by pi epsilon naught d cube into x. This is the resultant force acting. See, displacement, this charge q is displaced like this. displacement is in this direction. Displacement of the charge is in this direction, but resultant force is in this direction because F1 is greater than F2. When it is slightly displaced in this direction and remove your hand, then this is going like this. Means net force like this, displacement is like this. Resultant force is in this direction, displacement is like this because F1 greater than F2. So displacement in this direction, resultant force in this direction. Both are in the opposite direction. So resultant force is 8QQ by pi epsilon naught dq minus x. MA is equal to 8QQ by pi epsilon naught dq minus x. M you can bring to this side, M dq. So acceleration proportional to displacement, but in the opposite direction. It is the condition of which motion? Simple harmonic motion. So charge Q is in SHM. Q is in SHM. We proved that chart to show that it is in SHM. Q is in SHM. So in SHM, the standard equation is A equal to minus omega square x. So omega square is equal to 8QQ by pi epsilon naught m dq. Omega is equal to under root of 8QQ by pi epsilon naught m dq. Time period is equal to 2 pi by omega pi epsilon naught m dq by 8QQ. This is the time period of oscillation. That is a time period of oscillation in this particular problem. Next case is two charges are kept on the same line. A third charge Q is kept on perpendicular bisector. Then where should Q charge should kept to feel maximum force? So this is the one problem given earlier in the entrance exam. So let us discuss this problem. Here how many charges? Two charges are kept on the same line. Let us take these two charges are Q comma Q, kept on the same line. A third charge Q is kept on the bisector. Then the third charge Q should be kept at what distance on the perpendicular bisector in order to feel maximum force. Let us consider the situation like this. According to the given data, here two charges are to be taken, Q and Q. This is the midpoint. The distance of separation between these two is D. Then this becomes D by 2 and D by 2. And it is the perpendicular bisector. This is point P. At a distance x on the perpendicular bisector at point P, a third charge Q is kept. This is Q, 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 Q. Now here the force between this charge and this charge we have to find, because on this charge these two charges apply force. This charge applies force on this charge and this capital Q apply force on the small q. Two charges, capital Q and capital Q, apply force on the third charge. That's why first let us find this distance. This distance becomes under root of x square plus d square by 4. And let us take this angle as theta. Force between these two charges is this one. Force between these two charges is F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by square of the distance. Square of the distance means x square plus d square by 4. In what direction this force acts on this? See, we have to find force acting on this. From the diagram we can say both are positive charges, plus q and plus q. Means what? This will be repelled in the outward direction. If it is repelled in the outward direction, this is F, then this force F can be resolved into components. This angle also becomes what? Theta. That's why F cos theta, and this will be F sin theta. F is resolved into F cos theta, F sin theta. So two components we have taken. And similarly, this charge Q applies force on this. So if that charge Q applies force on this, if this charge applies force on this, this is, let us take this picture as, this is P and Q, it is F, this is also theta, this becomes F cos theta, and this is F sin theta. This is F cos theta. Between these two, again forces, this force will be like this. This angle also you can take theta. What is this distance? X square plus d square by 4. This is also F. This can be F cos theta, and this is F sin theta. It becomes 2F cos theta. F sin theta get cancelled. What is left over? 2F cos theta. So what is the force between these two charges? Between those two charges also force will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by x square plus d square by 4. q by 4 pi epsilon naught x square plus d square by 4. Root has to be eliminated because we have seen earlier Coulomb's law says what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by d square means square of the distance. That's why we have to square this distance. If you square it, root goes out, remaining value you can write x square plus d square by 4. Here also the same x square plus d square by 4. See, between q and q, force is in this direction. Between q and q, force is in this direction. We have resolved the forces into components. 2F cos theta, F sin theta got cancelled. What is the net force acting on capital Q? 2F cos theta. So net force acting on the charge Q is 2F cos theta. So net force is equal to 2 into F. F means how much? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught x square plus d square by 4 cos theta, adjacent side by hypotenuse. Cos theta is adjacent side, x by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means under root of x square plus d square by 4. See, this becomes whole power 1 and this is whole power 1 by 2. If you combine these two, you will get whole power 3 by 2. That means you are going to get here q by 2 pi epsilon naught. 2 got cancelled. Then this will be x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2. This is the force. Net force is qx by 2 pi epsilon naught x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2. This is the net force acting on that particular charge, which is equal to 2F cos theta. If it is the net force, the question asked is, let us write once again, net force acting on small q, which is kept on where? Perpendicular bisector. This is Q. At what distance? X distance. So two charges are separated by what distance? D distance. This is midpoint, D by 2 and D by 2. Force between these two act along this line, F. F has to be resolved into components, F cos theta, F sin theta. This force between these two also resolved into components. F sin thetas are cancelled out. Left over is 2F cos theta. So force on this charge will be 2F cos theta acting in the upward direction. So that is the force. Okay. Now net force on Q is equal to, the answer what we have got is QQX by 2 pi epsilon naught x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2. Net force on Q equal to QQX by 2 pi epsilon naught x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2. The question asked is in the problem, where should we keep the charge Q to have the maximum force? So let us consider, let at x distance, force on Q is maximum. Force on Q is maximum. If F is maximum, if force F is maximum, that force is resultant force. This force F is net force. This is the net force is maximum. Then according to differentiation, if any function is maximum, then what happens? It's differentiation. According to the differentiation, maximum force becomes, its differential of maximum force becomes 0. The differential of maximum function becomes 0. So which is equal to 0. D by dx of F net, how much we have got? QQX by 2 pi epsilon x. So when net force is maximum at certain distance, what we can do is at that distance the differential of net force will be 0. The differential of net force will be 0. So keep this one in the bracket. Take this one outside. This is constant. QQ by 2 pi epsilon naught cannot be 0. So or you can take simply QQ by 2 pi epsilon naught d by, this is d by dx of x by x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2 is equal to 0. Then differentiate this function. Let us differentiate that one. So if you differentiate that one, this QQ by 2 pi epsilon naught cannot be 0. And if you differentiate that one, x into, this is u by v formula. We have to use here u by v. So x into 3 by 2 of x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2 minus 1 into, again we have to differentiate this x square, 2x minus x into means x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2 d by dx of x is 1 is equal to 0. Whole divided by something, if you into cross multiplication, that becomes 0. So here 2 got cancelled. This becomes 3x square into x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus or is equal to x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2. So this is equal to 3x square, x square plus d square by 4 whole power 3 by 2 by 1 by 2, because this is 3 by 2, 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 if you bring this term to this side. So 3x square is equal to x square plus d square by 4. This is 3 minus 1 2, 2 by 2 is 1. This is the 3x square minus x square. 2x square is equal to d square by 4. X square is equal to d square by 8. X is equal to d by 2 root 2. X is equal to d by 2 root 2. Means this charge small q will feel the force maximum at a distance x is equal to d by 2 root 2. At that distance only this charge is going to feel maximum force. So that is the meaning of this particular problem, and finally we have got at what distance this charge q should be kept to feel maximum force due to these two charges. Due to these two charges, q feels maximum force at a distance x is equal to how much? D by 2 root 2. That is the answer.